This is Joshua Hart here for Seconds Out. Delighted today to be joined by Willy Hutchinson here over Zoom. Third time at it, but the connection issues are all gone now, and we're here, we're up and running.
Yeah.
Willy, straight into things for yourself. Massive fight, February 8th coming up. You take on Zach Parker in what is his big first test at light heavyweight. For yourself, you're a seasoned campaigner there now. Um, Before we move on to talk about the fight with Zach Parker, it's only right to talk about this life-changing year you've had. Three fights,
Yeah.
two massive fights on Riyadh season occasions. You've had opportunities that most fighters can only dream of getting, but you put yourself out there and you've earned those opportunities. How do you look back at 2024 and how do you reflect on it?
How do I look at it? I look at it as learn, understand, and move forward. And they're the three things I've learned from 2024. Do you know what I mean? I mean, wasn't the greatest year of boxing, was it for me? But other people might think that. But for myself, it's not what I wanted. But you've got to learn, aren't you? This is all about learning and moving forward and getting in them big fights and winning them.
Do you look at it in the sense of, well, like it didn't go all your way boxing wise, in a sense, do you look at it as a bit of a life-changing year for the opportunities that you're reaping from it now?
I probably will at some point. Yes, I probably will. But life changing to me is when I become the light heavyweight champion of the world. Um, then that to me that's life changing. The rest, the money and that, it's all well and good, but this is about being world champion, isn't it? And that's the goal. That's what I've set out to do. Never. When you start boxing, you didn't say, you know what, my first thing is I'm going to become a millionaire. No, your first thing is you want to become a world champion. So that's when I believe I've had a fantastic year.
Obviously, last time out was the big fight at Wembley Stadium against Joshua, but actually, while not the night for yourself, not the night for yourself, you still showed a lot of character and still showed glimpses of brilliance in there. Um, what do you believe went wrong on the night, and how come Joshua actually was able to just edge you out a little bit?
What went wrong? I'm not a person that makes up. I'm not a person that makes up stuff, or I'm not a complainer. But a few issues going on, and that's the price I had to pay. You know what I mean? It was a fight that you couldn't just push back a few weeks and go again. It's one of them. When it's there, you've got to do it. So that's all I can take from it, to be honest with you. And even on my worstest day, even on the worstest day, I still give him a run for his money and had nothing in the tank. Do you understand what I mean? So, um, not just a run for his money, I give him a very hard fight where really I should have blew him out the water. And it's all about learning, isn't it? Learning and progression and understanding the meanings of things.
Now, I know I've already asked you this question, but obviously because of the connection issues, I want to ask it again because, like I said, something I admire about you, and when I listen to other interviews that you've done and the way you speak, you don't seem
Hmm.
to let anything get to you in this boxing world. I feel like everything that gets thrown at you, you take it on the chin and you find a way just to keep on marching forward. What is it about you that has led you to this path now where no matter what is thrown at you, you just keep going, relentless?
Um, because you've got to, ain't you? I mean, whatever happens today and you're still alive, tomorrow's still there to be done. You understand what I mean? And it's up to us how we want it. We want it this way or we want it that way. And it's the same with personal life. It's the same with boxing. It's the same with anything. Um, so yeah, it's just you got to move on, ain't you? You got to push on. And I believe I'm the best light heavyweight in the world, without a question. And one bad night will not set my future, because my future's massive, bigger than I've ever thought, or that as big as the next person's. But I truly believe it deep in my heart that I'm the best light heavyweight in the world, and 2025 is where I show it.
And you mentioned that, and you look into 2025, a big outing early in the year, which I'm sure you're buzzing with. You take on Zach Parker, and what I've mentioned is his first big test at light heavyweight. How
Yeah.
did this fight with Zach Parker come about and open itself
To,
up on the
to
table for you?
to be honest with you, I don't really see. Maybe for the public, they think it's a very big fight and this and that. But for me, and realistically, I should punch the face off this man and move on. I mean, he is a good boxer, yes, decent boxer, and he's done well for himself. in parts of his career. But to me, the job done and move on to bigger and better things. Do you know what I mean?
What
This
is
fight come, I got a phone call from my manager saying, Zach Parker. I says, yes, please. He said, okay, and he put the phone down. That was it. That was it. He gave me a date, and now I've been in Spain for over 8 weeks now, and it'll be 13 weeks all in all when the fight comes. Because this time we've got to make sure it gets done proper, and there's nothing undone.
you mentioned wanting everything to be done proper? What is it about doing your work now out in Spain instead of the UK? What has that difference been like, and what improvements have you seen in your game since moving your training over to Spain?
What more is learning? Like I said again, learning and understanding what you're actually doing and putting your head down. You know what I mean? Sometimes, a lot of the time, I'm here on me Todd, me and me coach, and it's it's something else, but it puts you in that different frame of mind where you've got to be, and yeah.
Obviously, you mentioned wanting to become a world champion, but how important is it that you do not overlook Zach Parker, which I can tell you're not by spending 13 weeks out in Spain, but how important is it to have that 100% attention and focus on Zach Parker?
How was it? Was same as any other fight. No, I mean, I focus all on the fight, and that's it. There's nothing else to think about, is there? When you're over here in Spain, you can't eat anything, you can't go anywhere, you can't do nothing. The only thing you can really think of is fighting or playing the PlayStation, innit? And recently, I've never been playing much PlayStation.
When you do play on the PlayStation, what type of games do you play normally?
Black Ops.
Any good at it? You any
I'm the
good?
Black Ops. Good, any good? I'm the best.
So not just the best light
Put your boy
heavyweight, but the best club
1000,
player
brother.
as well.
Exactly. And I'll fight any man born from his mother on pod.
Could you say the
Anyone who
same for the
wants it
boxing
can
ring as
have it
well?
on there. Eh?
Say the same for the boxing ring, fight any man born from his mother?
I'll fight any man born from his mother in any sport you want it to be.
Absolutely. Just lastly on this Zach Parker fight, once this fight is said and done, and hopefully you would have got the job done for yourself, where do you want to move next? Especially with the belts tied up at the top of the division right now, seems like it's all going to unfold very quickly in this light heavyweight division.
Yeah. Aim is being world champion. This is air to me. Being world champion this year, that's it. It's all that matters to me. So
Is it not about the name that gets put in front of you? It doesn't matter what name, it's just if there's a world title on the line, that's what you want.
couldn't care less.
Absolutely.
Genuinely couldn't care less. I'll fight anyone, and I believe I'm the best light heavyweight on the planet. And I haven't said this once. I've said it 10 times. This is what makes me different to the rest of them. Is that they're all picking and poking and that and humming and hawing, and I'll fight anyone and will beat anybody because I know I'm the best.
How
And
frus- how
that's
frustrating is it at times when you see those fighters just picking and poking and sometimes not saying no to this name and trying to look for the easier route?
it doesn't frustrate me at all. I couldn't really care less.
Is this mission all
You
just you
know
you
what
don't
I
look at
mean?
that surrounding scene, tunnel vision?
Tunnel vision, bro. Couldn't care less. Enjoy. I wish them all the best. Let them do whatever they need to do. And hey, some of them get there while doing that as well. But it's when you look at yourself in the mirror and you believe that you'll beat anyone on planet Earth, and you believe it deep in your heart, not just saying it but meaning it. I think that's a very, very big advantage in anything.
February 8th, what happens when you get in that ring with Zach Parker?
Listen, just win and enjoy it. Enjoy.
So just lastly from me, it's only right as a light heavyweight and not just a light heavyweight, but a top contender in the light heavyweight division. I've got to get your thoughts on Beterbiev Bivol, the rematch. What did you make of the 12 rounds that they shared back in October, first of all?
I thought Bivol won. To want to know the truth, I thought he won the fight, and Beterbiev. But I don't think Bivol has that in the tank again to do that again. That was a one-off. I don't think he can pull that off again. And I think Beterbiev could push him and stop him. No, Beterbiev. Bivol's best boxing performance ever in his whole career was that fight.
What makes you feel that he can't replicate that performance heading into a rematch?
I just don't think he can. I don't think he's got it in the tank to do that again. That was a one-off.
Well, Willie, I'm going to leave it
I
there.
think, my opinion. But what do I know? Nah.
Suppose so. And do you reckon one of those two names could be one of your next opponents?
Please God,
Absolutely.
inshallah.
Absolutely. Willie, top man, thank you very much for your time today and
No
best luck
problem,
with
brother. God
February 8th.
bless. Thank you.